Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, this is the world of Wayne. We've now got box 21 of the IXO Collections release of Build the Peugeot 205 1.9 GTI. I mean, look at it. Look, it's looking good at the moment. I mean, we haven't put the bodywork on yet, but as you can see, I've just got the bonnet just sitting on here at the moment. We're actually going to be doing stages 69 to 72 in this one, which means we're going to be adding a lot more trim to the bodywork, and we're going to be putting the headlights in, which means we're going to be working with some of the electrics. Now, if you want to get this for yourself and you like what you see, I'll put the link down the bottom here to the IXO Collections website. You can get this all the way from box 1. Over at that website as well, you'll also find the IXO Collections release of Build the Porsche 917KH from the movie Le Mans with Steve McQueen. Absolutely brilliant vehicle that is. As a matter of fact, I've got the engine from that build here for you to see, which looks pretty good, doesn't it? So that is available over on that site as well. But without further ado, let's get cracking. So everything we've got in here is stage 69, and this is to do with the bonnet. So we've got another bulkhead in here, and this is metal, just so you know, looking pretty cool like that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be taking the bonnet lock, which looks like that, and that's just going to be pressed into the section here, which is the same shape as this. So it's just a push to fit. And there we go. When you push that in, not going to come out anywhere. Now, a long time ago, in box 1, pack 1, we had the grille for the vehicle there looking like that. Now is the time we get to use this and actually install this into or onto a detail for the vehicle, and it's just going to go onto the front there like this. We're going to hold that in from the other side with KP screws. I say screws, I meant screw. It's just one screw here, and it's just going in like this. So what we've just created here is just going to go onto the front of the vehicle here, just like that. So now we have got this section on the vehicle. Now we need to attach this from the underside, so I'm going to bring up my mat from Part Work Upgrades, looking like that. Turn it over, and we're going to be holding this in place with 2 BM screws just here and here. Now, if you've watched the channel long enough, you know what I'm going to say. It's going into metal, so I'll put that in some oil. And there's the first screw going in now. It takes 2 screws, and that's the second one in as well. So as you can see, that's now attached to the car, looking good. Now I'm going to put this to one side because we had this section here that we did in pack 2. What we need to do first off is remove this number plate. So I'm going to take off these 2 AP screws that we had in place. And they also want us to remove the moulding that we put in as well. Now this had some little tabs in there, so just push the tabs out and the moulding will come out. Be careful with this bit because you don't want to snap the moulding. What I'm going to do is just take some needle nose pliers and just poke out the tabs that I had in each side. I'm guessing there was a problem with this moulding because they gave us a replacement. So I'm guessing we don't actually use this one anymore. So I'm going to throw that away. Like that. And this is the replacement that they gave us. So once again, we're going to be putting the trim back in. Making sure it's in the right way. You just want to line up the angled edge of this with the angled edge of the bumper. So you know you've got that the right way. And then just slowly push these back into the sockets. And there you go. When that's in, that should look like that. And then once again, we're going to be putting in the number plate and securing that from the other side with AP screws. I wonder what was different about that. Oh, it tells you in the instructions. It's a new grey colour. I think the other one was black. This one is grey. I don't think it's meant to be black. So that was a correction there. But there you go. That's all in place, and that's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 70, as you can see, we've got some electrics in here because we're going to be working on the headlamp. So we need the right lamp, which looks like this. There is a little letter in there which tells you what side this is. And we also need this tiny reflector here. Again, I'm just looking for the letter. This one's got an R on, so this is the one that's going to go with it. Quite simply, this is just going to go over the top of this like that. So it fits quite flush on there, and it's going to be held in with a DP screw just through this hole here. And there we go. That one's in. We're going to do exactly the same to the left hand side one. So once again, just line them up so it looks like that, and then once again a DP screw just through that hole there. There we go. So I've got 2 indicator lenses done, looking like that. We can put them to one side because now we're going to be making the main headlight lenses. Again, this has got an R on it, so I'm looking for its like buddy here, which has got an R on it, which is this one, the one I had first. That's just going to go over the top like that. Once again, held in with 2 DP screws down the bottom. These look good. I love the grill marks on these. It's good to see that rather than just plain plastic. But as you can see there. And we repeat that again just for the left hand side one. Just at the bottom there. Clip that into place, and again 2 DP screws. You're hearing a noise in the background at the moment. I've actually got my 3D printer on. I haven't had that on for a long while. I'm actually making a mask from the TV series Squid Game. That's what's happening at the moment. So there we go. That's 2 headlights in place. Bring over the vehicle again. If I have it that way round, so you can see what I'm doing. We'll take the right headlight first, and we're just going to be putting this where it goes into the vehicle like that. That looks amazing just putting that in, doesn't it? Now they're going to be affixed with 2 AP screws, but I am turning the vehicle over, so I will put it on a mat first because I don't want to scratch the paintwork. So I've got that here, and if you can see probably on one of the cameras, top camera probably, it's just going into here. So there's the first one. And the second one. The one nearest to the edge slightly harder because you do have this lug in the way. Take your time on that one though. It will go in. Perfect. We're going to do the same on the other side. Here's the second one going in. I've done the hard one first this time. So if I show you what that looks like at the top. Pretty impressive, isn't it? Look at that. 1, 2. In a similar way, we're going to be taking the indicators here and we're going to be putting them in as well. This one is the right hand indicator, so it's going to go in this way here. Show you on the close-up, just like that. Held in from the other side once again with an AP screw. This time, just 1 AP screw. That's going in here. And once again, doing exactly the same on the other side. So there you go, showing you again, that's what they look like when they're installed. We're then going to really make this pop by putting in the trim and the bonnet, the bumper here, which is just going in here. Turn it upside down and screw this in with KP screws. That's 1. And there we go, that's 2. I'll show you what that looks like. So let me show you on this camera, look. Check that out. That looks brilliant. The only other thing we've got to do then is in the back of the headlights, we've got 2 headlight bulbs here, which we're just going to be pushing into the end. One here. Get them nice and secure in there. You don't want them coming out. One this side. Excellent. And we're going to want these cables to be routed round the outside, and they provide some sticky pads here just so we can get this in. So when we put these together, it's not going to pinch wires. So one here. You do want to make sure, just going to unpeel that the wire goes around that lug that we saw first off there. Probably best to look at the pictures, to be honest with you. So now these wires are coming out the back section there. We do have some spare of this, but I'm going to leave it like that for now. But that, turning it over, is all there is to do in that stage. So I am going to be bringing up the matte again in a second, because as you can see, we're working on the wing trim panels now. But I'm going to keep all that to one side. Let's get myself together. And we want to take one of the stickers that was spare from the last stage, because we're going to be actually routing these wires through this frame just here, like the picture. So that's one in place that side. And we'll do exactly the same thing on the other side. So the next stage, we're going to be taking the wing, and this is where the trim panel's going, just on like that. But we do have these holes just at the top here, one here, one the other side, and we've also got one down the bottom. They want us to take a BM screw and just cut the thread. I put oil on this already. That's going to facilitate us putting that into the vehicle. So again, I've got oil on that, but just go out and in until that goes all the way down and in. And do that with all the other holes here. All we got left to do then is, before we put the trim panel in, we have got this tiny other bit of trim to go on top of it. Make sure it's shaped around the right way and just push that in where it goes. Just like that. And then we can secure this onto the wing. Like that. It's going to be held in with DP screws. Going to need 3 of those. One here. One at the top. And then just this one here down the bottom. Now we're going to be wasting no time with this, because we're going to be putting that left wing onto the vehicle. So it's going to go on here, like that. Turn it upside down, and as we know, it's going to be held in with the BM screws, but we already know that these should go in quite easy. Just checking the alignment of that. That looks great. And that's the wing in place, and that's all there is to do in that stage. So issue 72 is a complete mirror to what we've just done. I'm going to take the right wing, dip this in some oil, and once again I'm just going to train these screws into the screw holes. It does make your life a whole lot easier when you're attaching this to the vehicle. Just into the 3 holes that we've got in this panel. Excellent. And when you're happy with that, all we're going to be doing is putting this panel on here, getting the small trim piece of panel, making sure it's the right way up with this curve here, matching the curve there. I'll do this on the wing and then push that into place. Excellent. Turn it over. This is held in on this side with DP screws. There we go. That's that trim panel in place. Bring the vehicle over. So this one's just going in like that. Make sure everything's lining up perfect. Turn it over, and once again being held in with the BM screws. So I'll show you what that looks like. There we go. That's the front and the 2 wings at the side. And that is actually all there is to do in that stage. Let me just show you like this. Look, it blends in with my t-shirt perfectly. But you know what? I think I will put it on top of the vehicle, see how it looks. So here's the car. I just put this over the top, just lining it up as best I can. There we go. Looking good. I have got some wires here. I'm not sure where they go. I don't want to clamp them where they don't go. But that is the top on the vehicle. I'll put the bonnet on, even though we haven't attached that yet. That's going to go in like that. Did notice my wing mirror had come off. And I mean, I haven't fixed it together yet, but I'll show you on that camera. That's how the front is looking. Perfect. Obviously the gaps at the side there will close up when I do this, but I wanted to give you an idea of how that looks. I like this build, I really do. It just reminds me of my one, but as I said, my one was blue. Anyway, if you want to get this from pack 1, just remember, follow the IXO Collections link down the bottom there. You can get this all the way from pack 1. But I really do hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Stay tuned to tonight, Car Crash Tuesday. We're going to be building the Bismarck.